Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, guys, welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. So today, I wanted to dive into what was posted a couple of days ago, the Time Life 100 most influential people of the year, and Caitlin Clark's name was not in that. And we already know that she was named Time Life Athlete of the Year, but she wasn't named one of the top 100 influential players or people. Now, we know that she's very she has very influence on people and the way she gravitates to a lot of people, companies, sports. It doesn't matter. Everybody gravitates to her. And for Time Life to not acknowledge her, it sends a red flag. Now, some people say, well, this person wasn't on it, that person wasn't on it. But you got to think what she has done for the sport of basketball from college to the pros. Her impact, what she has done, how she was able to generate viewership, change the landscape of women's sports. That's being influential. You have to have some kind of influence to be able to do something like that. But Colin Cowherd went in on time in WNBA, and and I had to agree with him because sometimes when Colin gets into stuff and he says something, he has a valid point. You cannot leave somebody like Caitlin Clark off and expect that the other people, like he was mentioning, um, Jalen Hurts. Yeah, he won a Super Bowl. Who did he influence? What his what has he done to be influential person to his game, his sport? Now you could probably look at somebody like Tom Brady in the past. You could look at somebody like Patrick Mahomes now, or Lamar Jackson. They would have been easy to say that, but to have somebody on this just because they won a Super Bowl and they have not really been influential. So check it out.
So at the end of yesterday's show, Jordan Schultz, filling in for J-Mac this week, in one of the Herdline stories, had that Time Magazine's list of the 100 most influential people in America. They did not have Caitlin Clark on the list, but they had two other WNBA players. And they had a bunch of other athletes. I love Jalen Hurts. I don't think he's one of the 100 most influential people. I love him. And it struck me. I had so many people reach out to me on this yesterday. So I just want you to think of words matter. Influential. Influential is the word Time Magazine used. Influential. She played 1 year of pro basketball in a small market for the worst team in the league. And she literally changed the entire financial makeup of the league. That defines influential. The WNBA had its most watched season in 24 years, its highest attendance in 22 years, and set records for digital consumption and merchandise sales last year. That is all Caitlin Clark. 6 WNBA teams have already preemptively, for their games with Caitlin Clark, moved to bigger venues. Time Magazine used the word influential. I didn't. They used that word. Well, Colin, I heard this. Colin. They gave her Athlete of the Year in America in December, and so there was no reason to put her on the April list. All right, so Time Magazine is telling me she went from the Athlete of the Year in America in December, and by April, she's less influential than Breonna Stewart. Yeah, I'm not going to buy that argument. You think Hollywood in the 90s said, listen, Tom Hanks, everything he's in is great. He's won back-to-back Oscars. But let's share the spotlight. Nope, movie studios were fighting over Tom Hanks. Everybody wanted Tom Hanks because Hollywood's gotten into trouble in the last 10 years when they've tried to make independent movies where women fall in love with fish, and now nobody goes to a theater except for Tom Cruise and Christopher Nolan, big Avenger movies, right? Like the big directors, the big stars, play the hits. I've been doing this for 33 years. I've had a pretty good career, TV and radio, podcasting. Play the hits. You think Fox upstairs in baseball coverage goes, we've done a lot of Aaron Judge, Ohtani, Juan Soto. Anybody checked out the Mariners schedule lately? Can we squeeze them in? That's never been a discussion, ever here. The NFL this year literally has a new rule. You no longer have to put every team on television at least once because they realized Carolina's not well run. That's a Carolina problem. Why should I force networks, CBS, Fox, ABC, to put on bad products? So this idea, and I'll say this, there have been a lot of great individual female athletes globally. But in terms of North America and team sports, men have dominated. And because men have dominated this for so long, they get it. UFC, just put John Jones and Conor McGregor on every big card. It's not about sharing. We'll pay them a fortune. The rest of the guys, we'll pay what we want to. Major League Baseball, Fox coverage, more Ohtani and Aaron Judge. The NFL, it's funny, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, the Philadelphia Eagles. You ever notice who they put on television? Big brands all the time. The minute the Pittsburgh Steelers are uninteresting, boom, gone off. Let's put on the Detroit Lions. Play the hits. But the WNBA last year, bless their hearts, finally got a star. And they didn't know that. They couldn't figure it out. Well, we don't want to put too much Caitlin Clark on. Nope, every game. Every list, every game, every moment, every contest, every all-star game, every single day, all Caitlin Clark. Well, it will offend. Who cares? You didn't make any money in 24 years. You're subsidized by the NBA. Who gives a rip? Who are you offending? Players that don't make revenue? You're subsidized by the NBA. More Caitlin Clark all the time, always. Hurting feelings is the reality. ESPN and baseball right now, they've hurt each other's feelings. They'll get over it. If you don't make money, you're not a league. You can't subsidize people forever in sports. So Caitlin Clark changed the financial structure of the league. Wasn't my word. It was Time Magazine's word. They used influential. And now she's not influential. So here's a rule for anybody considering starting a league. And I do think the WNBA got so mocked and criticized, they finally figured it out. In sports, don't get caught up in sharing the spotlight. Because occasionally an athlete will be the spotlight. Don't play nice. Play the hits. Caitlin Clark is easily the most influential athlete in a team sport since Michael Jordan. Patrick Mahomes is great. The league was doing fine. Tom Brady retired. The league's doing fine. Favre, Peyton Manning left. Fine. They're great. I mean, you could argue Steph Curry is influential because of the way he changed the way basketball is played. Maybe that's the second most influential person. But I mean, the only athlete in my lifetime I can think of that compares to Caitlin Clark, and it's not a team sport, it's golf, is Tiger Woods. I mean, Tiger Woods literally got people to a television on Sunday. For a decade, it was Sopranos after Tiger Woods round. I mean, he changed American viewing habits. So just think about this. 6 WNBA teams have already preemptively moved the Caitlin Clark games to bigger venues. Time Magazine, you used the word. I didn't. You invalidated your list. You made it inauthentic because you were trying to play nice. Don't play nice. Play the hits.
And with that being said, I could not express that, or I cannot even say what Colin has said any clearer, because the fact of the matter is that one thing he did miss out on is that not only six teams moved their venues to larger arenas for her games, but Indiana Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever has 41 of the 44 games on national television this year, split across the board. So if you think she's not influential, then you're out of your mind. You're crazy, because there's no way that you can say, "Well, I put a time athlete of the year in December, but April came around. Hey, nah, she's not that." And the only reason why I think they put Breonna Stewart and Nafisha Carter on there is because of what they did with Unrivaled. But that still is not. Um, I mean, to me, I don't think that warrants them to be on there at all. I mean, I think it's a great move, but I don't think that was influential because they had people there. They didn't get the viewerships drawn like they were supposed to. Then they had players was injured left and right all over the place. So what? I mean, what does it mean? Then one of your top stars, both of them that who owned the started the league, they both got bounced out the playoffs. So what? So like I said, man, the closest thing to her is Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, because of what they did for the sport, and they keep misrepresenting this young lady and continue to downplay her greatness. But in the end, she's gonna show. Now, Serena Williams did took. She had her interview with Time, and this is what she said. She said, "Lisa and Diana Taurasi are inspirations. The way last season's rookie sensation, Caitlin Clark handled all the fever debates and surrounding her also left an impression. I felt like she's always herself. She stays out of it. Just mute the noise," Williams said. "She has the maturity that I didn't have. Clark did have the benefit of being a college when she attracted the national spotlight, while Williams started playing on a tour at the age of 14, but Clark at just 23 had already learned to tune out distractions like the latest online outrage, something Williams got better at later in her career. I felt like she's I felt like she was like me, purposely staying away," Williams said. And that's true because no matter what, people was going to find a way to continue to bring her name into something, whether it's good or bad, because they just feel like she's a target. But when you great when you great at what you do, the spotlight get the spotlight gets even bigger. It gets even bigger. It shines even brighter on you. But the way you handle it is what's going to separate you from others. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, her maturity is so out of this world. I mean, and she handled it with so much grace and being blessed at the same time, because everything she do might not be right. Everything she say might not go the way it's supposed to, but you can't take away from what she is as a person and how grounded she is. And she's going to learn a whole lot more as she gets older. And she's going to make corrections into certain things, and certain things she's going to continue to stay away from, and she doesn't have to answer. And then forward, it's going to be, hey, but she handles her business with, with the class with everybody. So I just feel like Nike and Time, they don't represent her, Caitlin Clark, the way Gatorade or State Farm and these other companies represent her. And that's why I say I wish she finds an agent that know how to end these endorsements and say, hey, or get in there and say, hey, you need to represent this client in a better light. I don't care who you have over there. She is the biggest star. So, but let me know your thoughts, what Colin has to say and everything like that. Until the next episode, guys, stay blessed. Good Friday. Happy Easter to y'all. Livewire Sports, and I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.